You are the only person standing between the life you have and the life you actually want. And the worst part? You're dismantling your success on purpose. Think about that $150,000 job offer you ghosted because you felt like an impostor. That relationship you blew up because it felt too perfect. Or that project in your notes app that's been rotting for 3 years. You didn't just forget. You didn't just get busy. You actively pulled the plug right before the finish line. In psychology, we call this a preemptive strike against your own potential. Today, we're going to look into the dark machinery of your brain and find out why you're terrified of your own greatness. To your conscious mind, a promotion is a win, but to your primitive brain, it's a death threat. We have an evolutionary relic in our heads. Millions of years ago, being noticed or rejected by the tribe meant literal death. If you stood out too much, you were a target. As experts like Gabor Maté explain, if you grew up in an environment where mistakes were punished, your nervous system wired a specific command. Safety equals being small. Now, when a massive opportunity arrives, your brain doesn't see a dream career, it sees a predator. It triggers a fight or flight response. The inner critic isn't an enemy, it's a clumsy, misguided bodyguard. It whispers, "Don't even try," because if you don't try, you can't be rejected. It's choosing the familiar hell of your current life over the unfamiliar heaven of your future. In his book, The Big Leap, Gay Hendricks introduced a concept that explains 90% of your failures, the upper limit problem. Think of your life like a thermostat. You have a preset level of allowed happiness, wealth, and love. When things go too well, when you make too much money or feel too much joy, you exceed your setting. Why do 70% of lottery winners go bankrupt within 5 years? It's not just bad math, it's the thermostat. Their bank account hit $10 million, but their internal setting was still at $40,000. To fix the discomfort of being rich, they subconsciously self-sabotage until they're broke and safe again. But there is one specific type of sabotage that high achievers use to protect their egos, and you're probably doing it right now. We'll break that down in 60 seconds. Why is it easier to fail because you didn't try than to fail after giving your all? This is self-handicapping. If you stay up drinking before a big presentation and fail, you have a ready-made excuse. I was just tired. Your ego stays intact. You're still smart, just unprepared. But if you give 100%, stay sober, work hard, and still fail, that would mean you're not good enough. And your brain would rather you be a failure by choice than a failure by incompetence. Perfectionism is a shield, not a standard. Perfectionism is just self-sabotage in a tuxedo. It's a way to ensure you never have to be judged because you never actually finish. So, how do we stop the bleed? It's not about hustle, it's about regulation. Audit the trigger. Become a detective. When do you start picking fights? When do you suddenly get sick? Awareness is 90% of the cure. The 1% rule. Don't try to change your life. Change the next 5 minutes. Make the goal so small the bodyguard in your brain doesn't even wake up. Somatic grounding. Sabotage is physical. It's a tight chest and shallow breath. When you feel it, don't think, breathe. Use box breathing, 4-4-4-4. If the body feels safe, the brain stops the attack. You are no longer that child who needed to stay small to stay safe. You are the architect now. You don't need to force a breakthrough. You just need to stop holding the door shut. You deserve the success you're afraid to want. You deserve the love you're afraid to accept. Stop fighting yourself. Start walking, one unforced step at a time. If you've realized today that you are your own biggest obstacle, comment the word unstoppable below. It's a contract with yourself to stop the sabotage. Subscribe to Unforced for more deep dives into the human mind. Let's get out of our own way.